Welcome, dear audience. Today, we'll delve into a book by Arundhati Roy named The God of Small Things, which one of the best-selling book of India. It won the prestigious Man Booker Prize for Fiction in 1997. This book is a poignant novel set in Kerala, India. It tells the story of fraternal twins, Rahel and Estha, and their deeply troubled family. The narrative explores themes of love, caste, and socio-political upheavals. The book presents a scathing critique of societal norms and the caste system. Its nonlinear narrative and evocative language have made it a critically acclaimed bestseller. Chapter 1: Paradise Pickles and Preserves. We are introduced to the central characters, fraternal twins Estha and Rahel, their mother Ammu, grandmother Mamachi, and uncle Chachko. Rahel returns to Ayamening in India after years abroad and recalls the fateful events of 1969, including her cousin Sophie Moore's death. Live in the present, but remember that our past actions and events shape our current reality and future experiences. Chapter 2: Pappachi's Moth. This chapter explores the family history, focusing on the twins' grandfather Pappachi, who was a respected entomologist. His career disappointment and consequent bitterness affects his wife Mamachi and later, his entire family. Our personal failures can often turn into resentment that can negatively impact those around us. We must strive to avoid letting our disappointments dictate our actions towards others. Chapter 3: Big Man the Laltain, Small Man the Mombatti. The narrative introduces Velutha, a paravan, untouchable, who works for the family's pickle business. Despite societal norms, he forms a bond with the twins, revealing the deeply ingrained class and caste system in India. Social structures often define how we see ourselves and others. These constructs, however, can lead to injustice and cruelty if not challenged. Chapter 4: Abhilash Talkies. The twins and their family visit the local cinema to watch The Sound of Music. Estha's encounter with the orange drink lemon drink man marks his loss of innocence, a pivotal event in the narrative. Art can provide an escape from reality, but it can also expose us to life's harsh truths. Chapter 5: God's Own Country. This chapter explores Ammu's past, her failed marriage, and the societal restrictions she faces as a divorced woman in India. It also hints at her burgeoning love for Velutha, which is taboo due to caste differences. Even in the most beautiful places, societal constraints and norms can impose great hardship on individuals, particularly on those who don't fit into its rigid structures. Chapter 6: Kochi Harbour. This chapter introduces Sophie Moore, the daughter of Chachko and his English ex-wife Margaret Kochama. Chachko invites them to Ayamening following the death of Margaret's second husband, Joe. Even amidst change, there can be feelings of longing and displacement, and these feelings can profoundly affect our actions and relationships. Chapter 7: Welcome Home. Our Sophie Moore arrives, and the family attempts to bridge the cultural gap between them. The power dynamics in the family are revealed, and Sophie's preference for Rahel over Estha leads to a fissure between the twins. Cultural differences can lead to misunderstandings, feelings of inferiority, and tensions, emphasizing the need for understanding and empathy. Chapter 9: Mrs. Pillai, Mrs. Ipane, Mrs. Rajagopalan. This chapter delves into the hypocrisy of the local society and its patriarchal norms. As Mamachi hosts a party for Sophie, the women gossip, revealing their snobbishness and class prejudices. Appearances can be deceiving, and societal pressures often lead to hypocrisy and false pretensions. Chapter 10: The River in the Boat. The narrative flashes forward to Rahel's visit to the abandoned family home. It then moves back to 1969, to the burgeoning, yet illicit love affair between Ammu and Velutha. Love is not bound by social barriers. Chapter 11: The God of Small Things. This chapter illuminates the intense love between Ammu and Velutha, breaking societal norms. The concept of the love laws, dictating who should be loved and how, is introduced. Love is a powerful force that can transcend social boundaries, but it can also lead to catastrophic consequences in a society shackled by prejudice. Chapter 12. Kochu Thomban. A tragic accident occurs. Sophie Moore drowns in the river. Her death sends shockwaves through the family, resulting in hasty accusations, primarily towards Velutha. Life sometimes brings unexpected and sudden changes. In the following chapters, the story continues. Velutha is falsely accused of Sophie's death and is brutally beaten by the police. This grim act underscores the violence of the caste system and its consequences. Baby Kochama convinces the twins to lie to the police, implicating Velutha further. This chapter highlights the manipulation and deceit within the family dynamics. The twins are separated. Estha is returned to his father, leaving Rahel and Ammu devastated. Rahel and the re-returned Estha reunite. They reflect on the past and the trauma that has marked their lives. Rahel and Estha visit Velutha's father, Velya Papeng, in their old hut. The tragic and enduring impact of Sophie's death and Velutha's false accusation is palpable. The narrative finally discloses the details of Sophie Moore's death. It was an accident, but the twins believe themselves responsible. This guilt is a heavy burden they have carried into adulthood. Ammu dies at the age of 31. The story of her short-lived happiness with Velutha and the unfortunate aftermath is related, underlining the destructive consequences of the societal norms. The novel ends with a flashback to the fateful night when Ammu and Velutha express their love for each other. Their brief moment of happiness contrasts sharply with the tragic events that follow, and the lingering cost of living is palpable. Tragedy often occurs as a result of societal norms and prejudices, showing the cost of living in a rigid, unaccepting society. In conclusion, The God of Small Things is a poignant exploration of love, loss, and the destructive consequences of social norms and prejudices. Through the lens of a deeply flawed and complex family, Arundhati Roy illustrates the harsh realities of India's caste system, the lingering effects of colonialism, and the universal themes of love, longing, and loss. The narrative underscores the importance of challenging societal norms and embracing empathy and understanding for a more compassionate world. Thank you for joining us in exploring The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. If you enjoyed this summary, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Feel free to leave your thoughts and recommendations in the comment section below. See you next time for another literary adventure.